Hey everyone, my name is Erin and welcome to Everywhere on Earth with Erin travel channel. This installment is a continuation about the time I spent in Cairo, Egypt. So let's continue. Where we left off, we had just left the Egyptian Museum, spent a couple hours there, which was not enough time as I had mentioned. So now we're back on the bus and we're headed over to what's known as the Coptic area of Cairo. So this area was a stronghold for Christianity in Egypt. So it's believed that the religion began to spread when Saint Mark arrived into Alexandria. So we're wandering through the small alleys until we arrive at this really cool church called Saints Sergius and Bacchus Church. And it is actually one of the oldest Coptic churches, and it dates back to the 4th century. Here's a pic of that here. So what is really cool about this church and why it is significant is that it's built over a cave where it is said that Joseph, Mary, and Jesus himself rested at the end of their journey into Egypt. So they escaped their homeland and came to Egypt. So now the cave is like a 10-meter deep crypt thing, and you can look into it and see the spot where they apparently slept and stayed. This church is also cool because it hosted elections of the patriarchs of the Coptic Church. And of course, the church has been damaged over the years and rebuilt, but it still kind of has that ancient feel to it, so it's cool. And there are many other churches around here in Coptic Cairo, but this is the one that we visited today. So now we're back on the bus and we head over to the Citadel, which overlooks Cairo. But what we're here to visit today is the beautiful Mosque of Muhammad Ali, not the boxer, different Muhammad Ali. So it was built in Ottoman style and it looks really similar to the Blue Mosque in Istanbul. If you've ever seen a picture of that, they look like similar. So it's made of limestone, and the limestone most likely came from the pyramids of Giza. As you know, the pyramids were looted for the limestone and used to build other things around Cairo and Egypt. And then it's tiled with like a beautiful alabaster. And so Muhammad Ali Pasha, he built this mosque in memory of his son. Now, Muhammad Ali's body was transferred here from the royal mausoleum, and his tomb lies inside the mosque. So that's interesting. I didn't see the tomb. I didn't notice it. I probably wasn't looking for it either, but that's cool. He is buried here. So when you get into the courtyard, you can see the brass clock tower. So when I'm there, it's covered in some scaffolding, whatever. But the cool thing, the significance thing about this clock is this is the clock that France was given in exchange for one of the obelisks. Sorry, France wasn't given it. France gave it to Egypt for one of the obelisks from Luxor Temple. And the sad thing about the clock is that it never worked and it still remains broken. They just never fixed it, or they couldn't fix it. I don't know. When you go inside the mosque, it's really spacious and colorful. All the round lights and chandeliers hanging from the ceiling. It's not super peaceful inside though, because there's a ton of people and there's kids running around. And the carpet isn't as soft as I thought it would be. I was maybe spoiled because the one mosque that I went to in Amman, Jordan, the carpet was unreal. So this carpet's not as nice. And so then after we leave the mosque, we head out and look at some views of Cairo up from the Citadel. So that's cool. Now, while I'm looking at views, trying to take pictures, I'm approached by this really nice local guy, and he wants to sell me a picture book about Egypt. And it's kind of a cool picture book, but I just really don't want to buy it. So anyways, he's calling me Jennifer Lawrence, which is a new one. That's one I haven't heard yet. So that was funny. And he pretty much follows me all the way to the exit, and I'm not super bothered by it. Some of the other people in the group are. I don't really care. He's nice, he's harmless, but I'm not gonna buy his book. So anyways, that's that. So the last stop of our day in Cairo is the Khan el Khalili, and it is a famous shopping bazaar. But before we do that, we sit down for lunch in the square, and it's next to the Al Hussein Mosque, which is a really pretty mosque. We didn't go inside the mosque though. Not enough time really, like we had barely any time to do anything in Cairo, which is really sad. Just have to go back. So we sit outside at these tables here at the Al Zahra Cafe, and I decide, hey, let's try some like real Egyptian cuisine and a delicacy here, and that would be pigeon. So I order this, it's popular to order the bird stuffed with rice, and it comes to the table in full pigeon mode, like it's wrapped up in foil, and then I unwrap it and I'm like, cool, yeah, it still has the head on and everything. So yeah, how do I eat this? So Romana orders one too, and her pigeon doesn't have a head, luckily. For her, I had to have mine looking back at me while I was trying to eat it. Poor Kamali is sitting next to me and she's fully disturbed by this, and I don't blame her. I can't help it. I didn't ask for the head with my dish. So I really want to try it. It's okay. I mean, I don't feel like there's very much meat on it, and I feel like I'm mostly eating the pigeon flavored rice, I guess you'd say. But then we have a little buddy here, Kitty, and Kitty wants some pigeon, so I share my pigeon with the kitty. And now it's getting later in the day, and we only have an hour to explore the bazaar and do shopping, and I'm super bummed about that because throughout the tour we were told to wait until this last day and do all of our shopping here, so I didn't get as much as I wanted to beforehand, because this is a bigger, they told us to wait because it's a bigger bazaar, more selection, and I think 2 hours would have been better, and 1 hour is very, very rushed, but you know, because I want to wander around, I want to look at stuff, I want to take in the atmosphere, and I was just like a rushing lunatic trying to get everything I wanted to get. I could have stayed longer, I guess, but I wasn't super comfortable with taking a cab back to the hotel myself. Being a solo blonde woman in Egypt, you just never know, so I would rather be safe than sorry. So anyways, I do some super quick haggling and shopping, grab a few cool things, and then we're all back on the bus and headed back to Oasis Hotel, which is where we started the tour however many days ago, 7 or 8 days ago. The 5 of us that are left, that would be Paul, Romana, Kamali, Diana, and myself. We have dinner at the hotel with Ramez, and we say our goodbyes, and I will say again, I truly hope I see these people again somewhere down that travel road when we are able to do so again. And before I go, I just wanted to make a note of this. So I'm known to have very tasty blood, so therefore I attract a lot of mosquitoes. And also sexy vampires, take note, hit me up. So I had a few bites before I left Jordan on my way to Egypt, not a big deal, and I didn't bring repellent with me because I didn't think they would be that bad, and there's no threat of malaria really here, so I was like, whatever. And so I borrowed bug spray here and there, but I just gotta say, the couple days that I spent in Hurghada just put it over the edge. Like by the time I get back to Cairo, I have, like, no joke, at least, like, here's a picture here, but I have at least 25 bites per leg, and they're so itchy and they're so uncomfortable. It's awful and it looks ugly. So this is my wake-up call now to always travel with insect repellent. I also picked up this device called Bug Bite Thing. I saw it on Shark Tank on TV. It's supposed to suction the poison out of the bite. So I obviously haven't had a chance to try it yet, but on my next trip, I'm gonna be bringing that so that I don't get eaten alive like I did this last time. All right, so that's it. That is my time in Cairo. There's one more video to go featuring Egypt, and I hope you guys all stay tuned for that. For now, if you guys wanna read, check out my blog here. There's all kinds of stories there too, very similar to what we talk about here. And that's it for now. Take care, everyone. See you soon.